Hello everyone, I hope all is well. So you've moved your face-to-face course to your online course and you're wondering if the work is sufficient. And I'm going to say at this point in time, you have to be very careful regarding the workload that you are assigning students in the online learning environment. Some lecturers and professors tend to overload the course because they think students online should be doing more. The reality is that the same workload that you allocated in your face-to-face session should be the same within the online learning environment. Too often, I've heard students say that I'd rather do a face-to-face session rather than an online course because the work in an online course is a lot. Now, that gives me a thought. When you're providing students with work in the online learning environment, you have to allocate the time as it relates to each activity. For example, if you require them to read at least 2 or 3 chapters, you have to give the time allocation for those chapters. If you're engaging them in a discussion and they have to reply to several individuals, you have to allocate that time. So therefore, you need to calculate your instructional time accordingly to ensure that you're not giving students work that is above what they would have done in a face-to-face session. Therefore, you have to consider your credit hours within that course and apply it accordingly. I would suggest that you go back, look at each activity, and make sure you allocate the time for that. And that will provide guidance. I have come across one organization that used an Excel sheet to identify the hours for each activity. Doing so allows them to be able to plan accordingly. So when you think about online, think about what time factor you have to give for each activity. And that includes studying. Remember, the instructional hours are important. However, you cannot give them more than they are expected to bear at this point in time. So reflect on that, and thanks, and that's all for now.